Hey guys, welcome to Tickzon Mentorship Scheme, where we try to turn our hindsight into your foresight. Now, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all doing good. And I know this is such an unprecedented time. You know what I mean? Like, we came into 2020, everyone was like, "Oh, 2020 is gonna be a mad year. New decade, not even new year, new me, new decade, new me, new heritage." But now it is what it is, and majority of us, if not already, majority of us are in self-isolation or in quarantine or in lockdown. And wherever you are in the world, it either may be coming, it has come. The way things are going, it's almost like an inevitability at this point in time of when, not if. So here we're going to give you about 9 things that you can do through this period of time. The first thing you can do is just embrace the silence. Most of us aren't used to being in our space this amount of time just by ourselves and all of that, but it's a good opportunity to use. Try taking 30 minutes per day of pure silence and try to filter out the noise. I know it's kind of an interesting thing where when you're left alone, you're kind of left with your thoughts and it starts bumbling around. That's why a lot of people kind of fill in that void using it for meditation or prayer. So it'll be a good time for you just to spend with yourself. There's a difference between being alone and feeling alone, and sometimes it comes from us not having security within being by ourselves. Now, the second thing we're going to speak about, which you can use that period of time to do after you've enjoyed some brief amount of silence. At first it'll be very uncomfortable. The next thing too is reflection. Now, this is a very good time to reflect on the choices you've made, the things you've done, even take like a quarterly audit of how you've achieved what you wanted to achieve in 2020. A lot of us came into the year saying we want to do X, Y, and Z. Use this time to kind of look at yourself and be like, okay, what have I been able to accomplish at this time? What have I been able to do? And just reflect on it. Reflect on how you've been doing in your relationships, your friendships, your family, your home, your job, your aspirations, just in all stocks, whether it's in terms of your relationship with God, in terms of, in every aspect, how you're handling your finances, how you're coming towards your dreams, are you actually being deliberate in the things you're trying to achieve? It's a good time to take stock, because realistically you might not get another opportunity like this. Normally we need to fight for our time to reflect, but now the time has been given to us in a platter. Now, once you've done all that reflection, and once you've done looking at yourself and seeing where you can go, where you've been and how to get there, the next thing you want to do, or the next thing, it's up to you ultimately, all these things are just suggestions, but the next thing you can do is either to forgive or to accept the situations that's happened to you in the past or the things you've done. Now, what do I mean in this? A lot of you out there have a lot of people that you're holding grudges on, who you haven't forgiven, and this is amazing. It's an amazing time for you to forgive them. Now, I know some things can't completely be forgiven. That's the reason why it's also for you to accept that the situation happened. The past is the past. You can't change it. Like, once you've reflected and you thought about it, history is history. What's that saying? Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is the present, and that's why it's called the gift. And you want to use this gift in terms of forgiveness. I'm talking about forgiving the people who've hurt you, the people who have done probably the worst things to you, or accept that the situation has happened and let go. Holding a grudge is like letting somebody live in your head rent free. Now, if you imagine you've gone through all these things, and it's almost like a compound interest effect on the hurt that they did to you. Now, this guy hurt you 5 years ago. This girl, she hurt you 5 years ago. Your dad, your mom, they hurt you 15 years ago. Your friend hurt you 20 years ago. Your boss hurt you 15 years ago. But somehow it's still obviously hurting you today. And the first step for you to get across it, now ultimately we all have traumas and all those things, and this is not to downplay it, but the first step for you to kind of be moving forward with yourself is to forgive those people, because forgiving somebody is also for yourself, and also all accepting that the situation has happened and learn from what you can learn from it, and just start building the bridges to move on. Now, the biggest one that you also want to do is forgiving yourself. Like, please forgive yourself. Like, yeah, you did some random thing. Like, you're not perfect, mate. Like, legit, you're not perfect. Me, I'm not perfect. Like, I make mistakes every day, and I'll keep making mistakes, and you just keep learning. But to truly start loving yourself, and even when you start spending time with yourself, to truly start loving yourself before you can even start loving other people, you know, one aspect of that is about being able to forgive yourself. And if you want to understand a good way, a good aspect of how to do this, treat yourself like your own best friend. Like if your best friend was beating on themselves, like, oh, I'm so bad, I'm so rubbish at this, blah, blah, blah. You'd be there like, no, you're calm. Yeah, you made a mistake. You're good. But for ourselves, we're looking at ourselves like, nah, Ugo, you were trash, man. You did that. You deserve this, and blah, blah, blah. And because you don't forgive yourself, now you're going in guilt. Now you're punishing yourself and you're telling yourself you don't deserve love. You're telling yourself you don't deserve happiness. You're telling yourself you don't deserve success. You're telling yourself you don't deserve all these things purely because you've done something wrong. You're telling yourself you don't deserve God's love. Like, come on, guys. Just because you made a mistake, is that what you would tell your friend? Look yourself in the mirror and talk to yourself like you're a friend. And then after you finish saying it, keep quiet. Stop stop the overthinking. So forgive yourself. The last analogy I'll give to you like this. We said it multiple times. Life's a journey. And like if you imagine as you go through life, you are, it's a journey, not right? As you're going through life, you're picking up experiences, picking up all these things, picking up life, picking up all these, experiences, all this knowledge and everything. But at the same time, you're picking up hurt, you're picking up mistakes, you're picking up what ifs, had I known. Now, if you imagine, I'm carrying this thing, this is my life experiences. This is my life experiences, I'm carrying it. Now, after a while, this starts to weigh on you, but this is my life experiences. Now, for the last 5 years, I've been carrying this cup as well, which is this person that hurt me. Now, I'm carrying all this thing, like in the journey I'm going with, and like forgiveness, and this is the power of forgiveness, is forgiving that person, but it's also releasing the power that you've held on yourself. Now, forgiving the person is making my light a little loader, a little lighter, so I can move through life gingerly with what I'm carrying, and it makes it easier. Try holding a cup of water, yeah? Try holding a cup of water. And try, fill it a cup of water and just hold it out like this, and it seems easy, yeah? It seems easy, right? Yeah. Now hold that for a day. Let me see if your arm ain't doing, the electric slide, Try hold that for a year. Telling me you won't want to drop that. So guys, use this time to forgive those who've hurt you and start forging a path towards, forgiveness. For me, it's not an instant thing. You don't just forgive somebody like that. Change doesn't happen like that. But once you've accepted that you want to forgive this person and you're trying to go through, it's a process, and that process comes with either reconciliation or moving on. It's simple. Pride comes before a fall, so don't hold yourself back from receiving that kind of freedom that you need, that you want, like to give you a chance to have peace. Not everyone deserves to get forgiveness, but for yourself, forgiveness is always the key. Me personally, I'm not saying I'm not going to retaliate, but I'll forgive you, Now guys, forgiveness is definitely a very big power. It's a very great power for yourself, and it's a great asset to have for yourself to move towards a point of just like peace, man. Peace is flowing like a river. So guys, after you finished with, the stage of forgiveness and acceptance, the next thing that you want to do is, something a bit more upbeat, and that's appreciation. Go and show appreciation to all the people that you love. Go and show appreciation and say thank you to all the people who've helped you in your life so far, especially if they don't know. Especially if they don't know, it might be a comment they made, by a direction they put you through. I can still remember some little things, little nuggets that people have told me, here and there, that meant something to me, that they didn't even know that they were helping me during that time. And some of them I've gone to say thank you. Some of them I have to go up after this thing to go and tell them thank you. Now, it is important for you to cherish these people. I thought about making this video before this lockdown, but then it's so interesting how this lockdown came at this time, and during this time you've seen like Joyner Lucas dropped the song Will. We've had amazing people who've died, Bill Withers. Some of you have lost parents, loved ones, lost people. If you look at Italy, there's a lot of people who've lost people now during this period of time, and you weren't able to go to the hospital to say hi to them or say bye to them. You weren't able to go to see them. You might not even be able to bury them. And there's so many things that's left unsaid that if you would see, that you wish you could have told them when they were here. I remember like a couple of months ago, somebody was talking to me and saying something, that a conversation that I had with them like 4 years ago really helped them out. And I'm not gonna lie, that I appreciated that so much. And there's so many people that we have to thank that, you know. So don't wait for the people in your life to go before you tell them appreciate for what they've done for you. Yes, for some of them that you appreciate what they've done, are also simultaneously sometimes the people who've caused you pain. But once you've gotten that forgiveness aside, then you give yourself space to now say thank you, you know, or I love you, or I cherish you. And trust me, you're going to roll up on somebody and be like, yo, fam, what you told me that day, that really meant a lot to me. Like, you know, imagine if the person next to you, if your friend or whatever was to die tomorrow, is that when it's now going to click, that, oh, rah, I wish I could have told him or her thank you, or I could have wished I told that person that they've had a positive impact in my life. You know, give them the accolades while they're alive, man. Give them the accolades while they're alive. That's what we need. Show some love, show some appreciation. Yes, it's moist. Of course it's moist. I love you. Thank you. I appreciate you. If you're watching this, oh my God, thank you. Like, legit, like, ultimately, I'm just trying to help people. And if this helps, then, oh my days, even if it's one person that helps, ultimately, that's all it needs. And thank you guys, ultimately. So if you guys have people in your life, no, not if you guys, you have people in your life, no matter how down you may be feeling, there's somebody that is looking out for you. And even on a side note, if you're low-key feeling lonely, or you are in a place where you are alone, reach out to people who your friends or your loved ones. Yes, you know, I know when you're in that space, you're wishing people can call you, but sometimes you have to do some work to go and find your love, you know? So call them, say hi, talk to people you haven't talked to in a long time. But yeah, guys, appreciation goes a freaking long way, a freaking long way. I don't even care, it might be your old boss, but you know, even if there's people that were tyrants that I still need to be like, thank you to. Haters have been most of my people that have helped me grow the best. That's the reason why I say if somebody hates you, it's because there's something about you that they rate. It's simple as that. And I show appreciation to them as well. So God bless you. Now, once you finish going around showing love to people, now it's time for you to get serious. Now, what is that? My friend, go and learn and develop a new skill. Like it would be incredulous. Oh my days, English. It would be some other big English word that if you were to go through this lockdown time and you hadn't developed a new skill, or at least been on the road to develop a new skill, whether it's a new language, something, you know, whether it's even Excel, just always improving an old skill you have. This time, don't just waste it. I know, definitely waste some of the time. Do some sleeping, do some gaming, do some chill time. Chill time is never a waste, so I don't consider that waste time. But you know, develop a new skill. Find areas where you can develop. I know once this thing passes, and it will pass eventually, how many of us will be here, by God's grace, majority of us will be here past that. But when this time passes and everything wants to restart, they'll be looking for people who have been using this period of time to prepare, use this period of time to get ready, use this period of time to excel, use this period of time to become better than they were yesterday. It's about improving ourselves every day. We're never going to be perfect, and we're never the perfect article. But if you continue striving to be better than you were yesterday, then by even 0.01%, you, my friend, are better than a lot of people out here in this world. So develop a new skill, whatever it may be. Now, 6. Now 6. You know, also in the vein of developing a new skill. Come on, guys. Resurrect your old skills, resurrect your old hobbies, resurrect the stuff that you've been doing before. A lot of you, because of school, because of work, because of all these things, you have just parked your passion, parked your skills. You know, oh, you like to sing, but in your mind that didn't pay the bills. My friend, go and resurrect those things, because any talent you don't use, you lose it. Simple as that. You know, Messi didn't get to where he was, Beyonce didn't get to where it was because they sang in year 5, skipped to year 8, sang in year 8, skipped to year 11. No. It comes with consistency, so bring it out. Resurrect the things that will bring you joy. If you like skipping, if you like playing arts and craft, if you like poetry, if you like writing, rap, all those things, resurrect it. Like, you like reading, if you like doing all these things, resurrect it, guys. Come on. So bring back your old hobbies, bring back your old skills, and revisit those things that were giving you a lot of joy in the past. You know, so, you know, those might become the new skill ultimately that will mean that when you come out, that makes you stand completely different to other people. Some people are going to lose jobs during this period of time. Now, if I bring candidate A and candidate B and they're completely the same, what's the difference between them? The differences could be the hobbies, differences could be the skills, differences can be the things that they've been able to do with their free time, and it makes you a more interesting thing, and those hobbies are to you. And yes, other people might be doing the same hobbies, but they can't do it like you, my friend. They can't do it like you. Is their name your name? Yeah? Please. Gosh. Now, guys, this next one, number 7. 7 as in heaven. As in, I don't care if you're a guy, if you're a girl, if you're a man, if you're a woman, if you're a dog, a cat, you know, if you can fly or you can swim, I don't care. For majority of everybody that, not even majority, everyone that's on lockdown, if you have anywhere that you're permitted to go to, it is the grocery store, it is the supermarket, it is to go and get food. Now, my friend, if they're telling you that the only thing you can do is leave your house to go get food, you might as well use this time to learn how to cook. And my challenge to you is to go and learn how to cook 5 dishes. 5 dishes. If you're at home alone right now and you don't know how to cook, you're struggling right now, aren't you? It's a bit peak right now. Just, microwave. And cooking is good in so many ways. It pays dividends over the years. It's cheaper, 100% cheaper. Guy, girl makes you more attractive, my friend, if you can cook. Especially for the guys out there. I'm not gonna lie. You're looking for a woman for you to cook for you. But right now, you're at home alone. And nobody can cook for you. No one's bringing that, that uni wife. She can't bring the food for you, mate. Now you're there just boiling rice and forgetting to put salt. Please. This time, at the end of this quarantine, everyone should learn how to cook 5 dishes. It makes your life cheaper, it makes you more healthier, makes you more independent. Lord God knows that if I did not know how to cook, like going through uni would have been a more expensive time. And the way I was eating, the way I was cooking, I've always been cooking like for a family. You, my friend, please. They only let you go to the grocery store. Make use of that time. What can I learn today? Learn 5 dishes. And why I say 5 dishes, because that way you can rotate it over the week. Because if you only learn 2 dishes, you get bored very easily. Trust me. Maybe you use breakfast of like cereal or porridge or toast or whatever. But lunch, it's the same. If you have 5 dishes, minimum. So guys, cooking is an important life skill. So use this time, please. I'm begging you. I'm really begging you. Everybody should learn how to just 5. So guys, cooking is an important life skill that will make you healthier, possibly live longer, and just all around make your life better. Now, on the topic of staying healthy, here's another important thing that you can do, and that is subscribe, hit the like button. I'm joking. But yeah, please, in terms of the health of the channel, if you hit the subscribe button and hit the like button, then it does help, with more people seeing this, and especially if you're hitting the like button, if you're commenting, if you're interacting, it helps us out. But that jokes aside, the next thing you can do is 8, exercise. Now, especially here in the UK, you can go out once a day to the grocery to get food to eat, but you can also go out once a day to go and exercise. Now, I encourage you that, if these are the 2 options you have, you can go to the grocery store and you can go to the park. My friend, cooking, exercise. So all of you that were out there saying I'm paying gym subscription and do all these things and I wanted to go to the gym just for you to use step ladder, all these things you can do at home. So start exercising as you can. You should really come out of this period of time. I mean, there's only 2 ways you're coming out. It's either you're doing some exercise and you're staying more fitter, or you're doing less exercise and eating more. But if you learn how to cook, I'll be happy with that at least, But use this time to exercise. It's important. Even if you don't really do it, you can start off by going out for a walk, but then after that, go into stuff like jogging, doing dynamic exercises, proper exercises, actually moving your body. Like, you want to increase your heart rate, because there's a difference between movement and exercise. There's a complete difference between movement and exercise. You think about it, like you get your step master and at least you're doing something. You 10,000 steps a day. That's, it depending on what you're doing in terms of work. Your work might be customer service, so you have to be on your feet all day. But that's not you exercising, that's you moving. Like your heart rate hasn't gone up, your blood hasn't moved, you haven't sweat for no reason. You're only sweating under your armpits because, that place be closed most of the time. Heat, humidity, So please Exercising is a very important thing. It helps you in terms of your mood, in terms of your mental health, in terms of your emotional health, in terms of just staying all around healthy, and just, you know, so during this time, you have more time now. Trust me, look, especially if you're someone who's been struggling to, you've been paying gym subscriptions and you've been struggling to actually go to the gym, if you can do, let's say, 3 sets of 10 exercises, maybe a couple of squats, a couple of sit-ups, press-ups, you know, start with 1 a day, do it once in the morning, once in the evening. If you could do that consistently every day for the next, you know, or every 2 days for the next 2 months, then, and only then, should you be somebody bringing that money to go to a gym. Like, if you know that if you can't make the time adjustment to do it now while you're at home and you legit have nothing to do, especially if you're furloughed or you lost your job or you got nothing going on right now, or please use it while it's there, because very soon the thing is gonna get locked down. Because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes some people in the UK were actually taking the piss with this exercise thing, but health is wealth, you know. So if anybody should be thinking about this now, the healthier you are, the easier it is for you to fight the situation, what's happening right now, and that comes with what you eat, that comes with how you treat your body. So exercising is important. There's a difference between movement and exercise. So get your heart rate going, do some movements, dynamic exercises. Even if you do like 20 star jumps and then 10 skips, that's something, that's better. Like something, you know, easy one for you to do. Run up and down your stairs 4 times, after which you'll be doing that. How you doing? Also, there's a difference between looking fit and being fit. Now you've got all of that out of the way, you started to embrace the silence, started to reflect, started to, you know, forgive or accept the situations. If you started showing some appreciation, start developing a new skill, or maybe resurrecting your old hobby or old skill, or learning something new. You know, there's so many webinars, so many things online, resources. You started to learn how to cook, you know, 5 dishes, man, minimum. I don't know why my eyes went like that. And you've also started exercising. Now you're, you know, holistically, you kind of gotten yourself primed and ready. Now the next thing, and number 9, start planning your ideas. Just start planning your ideas. A lot of you have dreams, have businesses you wanted to start, have careers you wanted to do. You wanted to do poetry, you wanted to sing, you wanted to rap, you wanted to start doing online businesses, you wanted to start reading, wanted to start copywriting, wanted to write a book, you wanted to do all these things, you wanted to go for a new career path, you wanted to learn, you know, get a degree, you wanted to do all these things, you wanted to finish uni, you wanted to become financially free, financially independent, you wanted to become more financially literate, you want to buy a home, you want to sell a home, you want to start using your money to make more money, you want to, all these ideas, all these plans you have, start writing them down, start planning them, start preparing them, you know, break them down into the next few weeks and be like, okay, one day I'll tackle this idea, or one day I'll tackle one aspect of this idea. So start planning it and start putting plans into place, so that at the end of this lockdown, or end of this period of time where we're either reduced to work or at home, or we have more free time, when everything starts slowly going back to normal, then you're ready to pounce. Even right now, look at some opportunities you have to take to execute your ideas now, you know? So like it's very important that we use this time to make sure that we're ready to get ahead. Be ready to take the risk that will come. You know, for some of you, the reason why you haven't executed your ideas is because you're holding yourself back. You don't think you're good enough. You don't think you can make it. You don't think that you can get there. But listen, the biggest risk in life is not taking a risk. So my friend, take the risk. Like, some of your ideas, you can implement them now. If you're a singer, I should be seeing more singing things coming out from you. If you're writing stuff, you should be putting more time to writing. If you want to become more, you want to be better with words, you better be reading more. You want to be better at engineering, go and understand what's happening in the engineering world. You want to be a better doctor, go and understand what's happening in the medical world. You want to be better at whatever you're doing, go and understand it more. You have ideas, you have things you want to do. And people, you know, if you want to buy a house today, okay, you want to buy a £400,000 house. How do you start doing that? You start by saving today. It's a 2-year saving process, or 1-year saving process, or 5-month saving process. You know, you start planning your ideas now, start planning them down, writing them down, reflecting, start putting down a plan of action, a strategy. You know, how are you going to execute this? What do you need? A lot of the time, your issue is not resources. It's that you're just not resourceful enough. So for a lot of you, it's not about your resources, it's about you're not as resourceful. All of you have different things that you can do to get to where you need to be. If you looked at our previous video, hosted by one of our mentors, he said you're 6 degrees separated from anybody. from anybody. You call one person, that know one person, that call another person. Network is your net worth. Use this time to get your ideas into place. You know, use this time to start formulating them, putting them down in writing, and start planning them out, and start putting some plans to action, and just take action. A lot of people look at people and be like, oh, I could have done what he did, but you never tried. You probably could have done what he did. You probably could have done what she did, but you never started. You never even wrote it down. You never even planned. Do you really want to be here in 10 years time, be like, had I known? Hopefully this video has helped somebody out there. Hopefully, you know, these are principles that you can take into account. It's principles I'm going to be taking into account. And last but not least, it wasn't in the 9 that I was talking about, but it's like a bonus thing. Use this time to spend with your loved ones. Use this time to get to know your friends. Use this time to just reconnect with people. Call people that you haven't spoken to in a long time, guys. Just speak to them. You know, you'd be surprised how, I know it's like it's long, that's an acquaintance, it's not my friend or stuff like that. Because like I said in this video, being amongst people, there's a difference between being lonely and feeling lonely. You get what I'm trying to say? So call the people that you've been scared to call. There's a couple numbers in your phone right now that you're looking at them that you haven't got, you're not able to call them. You know, don't answer one. Don't answer. Don't answer. Don't answer. I love that. Oh, they need to make a remix of that. But you get what I mean? Like, you know, and if it's somebody you need to forgive, if you need somebody you just want to talk to, that uncle, that auntie that you've been dodging their calls for time, give them a call. Be like, oh, yo, ma, how you doing? I know, I'm sorry. Humble yourself. I know. Yeah. You know, hey, mom, oh, yeah, I know I haven't, oh, hey, dad, I know I haven't spoken to you in a time. You know, it's been long, innit? But like, yeah, how you doing? How's life treating you? Bro, you get that out of the way, you get out of the system. Most times, like I said in this thing, we don't appreciate people until they're gone, and we don't get out of our own way until it's too late. Pride comes before a damn fall. So we all got pride, but try your best to get through it. Thank you guys. Peace, love. Hey guys, during the coronavirus stuff, I wrote like a little poem about it. So there's like a little bonus thing if you made it to the end. Let me know if it's trash, you know? Let me know if it's good as well. This is called Marching Along. When March came along, we thought we'd keep marching along. But now, this is prolonged. Now we stay seated watching this devastation, and the only thing we can do is be in isolation. So many deaths around the world, we thought it was just the flu. But we need a serious dose of Lemsip to come through. The scientists around the world, the people are hoping you work quick, because being inside these 4 walls is making people kind of sick. But can we really complain? Because if staying here one day means one person can be saved, of course that's the play. Now the only task for you is to stay sane. Don't lose your mind, because the sun still shines. And you already know after every storm, there's a massive rainbow. So keep that in mind. Yes, we will survive. My condolences to anyone who's had people die. It's a really sad situation. Their memory continues through your lives. It's an unprecedented moment, and I know all you can do is look up and ask why. But after why is Z, so you know this will end. Loneliness can be a killer, so make sure you can be a friend. Some people are praying, so you could be heaven sent. The coronavirus isn't here just for the old. It's here for the young too. So don't go out like a fool. Wash your hands and stay home unless you need to. Times like this, we don't need stupidity. It's time for us to come in unity. And that's called a community. Yes, this is our kingdom to protect. The only way to fight it is for us to actually become united. Thank you guys, and stay safe.